Hey everyone from YouTube, thank you guys so much. Welcome to another episode of Chevalier, where we help everyone find happy and healthy relationships. I did actually post a video a few days ago. For whatever reason, I got a strike for copyright. I guess it was only a matter of time, right? Because I'm always putting up, the coolest animes, available, and and so I took it down, and so I had to find something else. So I actually did post on the first, but yeah, copyright strike. So here I am making another video. Thank you guys so much for tuning back in. Um, and again, the same message for 2022. That was the same message for 2021, and that's helping people find happy and healthy relationships. The value of happy and healthy relationships, it benefits us all because everyone is taking, but also while everyone is giving. We take, but we give. So we replenish the process. And the one thing that I always talk about very often is, doing things different. I think the key for 2022 is doing things differently than we did in 2021 because as the great Albert Einstein once said, the definition of insanity is doing the same thing expecting different results. And too often in dating, we want the maximum reward by putting in minimum effort. And I always correct people on that because it's like, where in life can you name me where you are expected to get the greatest reward by putting in minimum effort and it be a consistently normal winning? And it really isn't, because at the end of the day, the whole purpose of dating is that it's going to be difficult because you're looking for a partner that you're planning on hopefully spending the rest of your life with, literally the rest of your life. And so when you think about it in that magnitude, it's not meant to be something simple. It's not meant to be someone you're just going to find easily or right away, because when you're looking for someone you're going to spend the rest of your life with, it takes a lot of effort, it takes a lot of love, it takes a lot of consistency, it takes a lot of patience, temperance, but most importantly, virtue. Because you have to have a lot of patience with someone that you're talking about spending your whole entire life with, someone you plan on having a family with, someone you plan on, having grandkids with. I guess that's part of the family. Someone you plan on living with, someone you plan on interchangeably sharing your financial portfolio with, whether it's your money, whether it's your paycheck, whether it's your 401k and everything down the line, from your house to your cars to valuables and everything in between. So it's never meant to be an easy process because you're looking for someone who you're literally sharing the rest of your life with, and so on and so forth. As what most of us understand, no matter your religious standpoint, to death do us part. So if you're looking for someone to spend the rest of your life with, that you eventually plan to die with, it's never meant to be an easy process. It's never meant to be simple. And I think for most men, we don't have an issue with the process because most men understand that dating is going to involve half of your life, your assets, your wealth, your money, and everything in between. So you get this understanding that when I go into this, I know what I'm prepared to do. I know what it's going to take, and I don't know how long it's going to take, but I'm willing to stay in it as long as it takes, no matter what. Whereas on the other side, a lot of people have been led to believe, well, you don't have to do anything. Man's gonna come to you and he's gonna ride in on that white chariot and give you everything you want. And you ain't gonna have to do nothing. And he's gonna give you wonderful children, he's gonna give you a nice place to live, he's gonna take care of you, you ain't gonna have to work, you're just gonna sit back on your feet and just be a pretty, pretty princess, and he gonna provide all your happiness. Especially if you're a woman with children from other men, oh, he gonna take care of them too. And I'm not saying that's not the reality of the world, because there are women who do have the opportunity of being married to men who do those things. But I'm saying that those things contain a contract with a woman who understands that her role is just as valuable as his role. She understands that her role is to integrate the happiness that he needs um, in order to feel ambitious enough to continue doing that. In order to feel ambitious enough to continue to be that man that she needs. Because very often it's considered that, the man is supposed to be the male provider, which I have no issue with that because men are supposed to provide. But the women are supposed to provide also. It's just that her provisions is a different stature than his provision. But at the end of the day, everybody's providing for the relationship. And too often, a lot of ladies tend to believe that they don't have to do anything except for just come to the table and sit down. That's it. And I think men are fed up with that mentality. Most men are fed up with the whole, well, I just gotta look pretty and that's it. And that's why so many women tend to remain single. I asked a young lady previously, well, what do you bring to the table to make a man happy? And her response was, what? What? Bring to the table to make a man happy? What you mean? It's like, and considering she was a 46-year-old client of mine, it almost boggled my mind because at 46, you're sitting here wondering what you have to do to make a man happy. Like you shouldn't, because there's this ideology that you should have to do nothing, that a man's supposed to do everything. And I think that mentality is kind of like down the drain. Like those days are kind of like, I won't say they're gone, but then in all fairness, they're gone. The value of this video is to talk about changing your mentality. What are you going to do different this year that you didn't do last year that's going to get you better outcomes? And throughout the year, we're going to talk about many different topics. I'm going to actually sit down and have some interviews with some young ladies and debate this, because I think this conversation is worth a debate. I think women need to have a debate and understand where men are coming from and try to create a situation where we can kind of understand what the other side is thinking. Because dating is supposed to be a process to a relationship to a marriage, not just something to do when you're bored. And then, we're going to tackle this whole, I don't need a man, I'm not looking for a relationship right now thing too. We're going to tackle that down the line. But I think for now, I just want to speak on the 2020 mentality. Doing something different now to change your outcomes later. And I think, the first thing I'm going to tackle is this whole I don't need a man thing. The whole notion of I don't need a relationship right now. I'm not looking for a relationship right now. And then years down the line, when you are looking for a relationship, because you have this idea that men are going to give you that relationship when you're older. You know what? I ain't even gonna tackle that right now. I just really want to get an instance of just doing things different in 2022, and making sure that I bring topics to the table that are going to start some debates, that are going to get people in the mentality of change. Because as a wise man once said, the definition of insanity is doing the same thing, expecting different results. I literally just spent 9 minutes just saying that one thing. But I figure if I repeated it a few times, it might make sense to somebody. So, as always, I want to thank you guys for continuing to tune in. When I first started this channel, I maybe thought they have like 2 viewers. Didn't even think I'd get any subscribers. And I'm already up to 20. So, I really appreciate everyone that takes the time to view these videos, to begin the conversation. And sooner or later, see where we can take this. So, as always, peace. We are gone. One day I'm going to get this thing to work right.